Hey everybody, it's Taki 117 here with a rocket that needs no introduction. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and retract the walkway and light this candle.
30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower cleared.
We got a roll program.
Neil Armstrong reporting the roll and pitch program, which puts Apollo 11 on proper heading. Plus 30 seconds.
Roll complete and pitches program. One Bravo.
Bravo is a abort control mode. Altitude's 2 miles.
Oh, 11 Houston, you're good at 1 minute.
Downrange 1 mile. Altitude 4 miles now. Velocity 2,195 feet per second. We're through the region of maximum dynamic pressure now. Set 8 miles downrange, 12 miles high. Velocity 4,000 feet per second.
Stand by for mode 1 Charlie. Mark, mode 1 Charlie. 1 Charlie.
Cliff Charlesworth taking a staging status.
This is Houston, you are go for staging. Inboard cutoff.
Inboard engines out.
I'm inboard cutoff.
Downrange 35 miles, 30 miles high. Standing by for the outboard engine cut down now.
There it is, right on the tip.
And ignition. Houston, thrust is go. All engines, you're looking good. Hi, Roger. You're loud and clear, Houston.
At 3 minutes, downrange 70 miles, 43 miles high, velocity 9,300 feet per second.
We got skirt step. Roger, we confirm skirt step. Tower's gone. Roger, tower.
Neil Armstrong confirming both the engine skirt separation and the launch escape tower separation.
Houston, be advised the visual is go today. This is Houston, Roger out. Yeah, they finally gave me a window to look out. Houston, your guidance is converged. You're looking good.
Downrange 140 miles, altitude 62 miles, velocity 10,300 feet per second.
11 Houston, you are go at 4 minutes. Roger.
Apollo 11 right on the ground track. 190 miles downrange now, 72 miles high, velocity 11,000 feet per second.
Tracking it for quite a long period of time here with the Air Force cameras. About 80 miles in altitude now and more than 200 miles downrange. Still got a
Booster says it's looking good at 5 minutes.
Then Houston, you are go at 5 minutes. Roger, you're Apollo 11, go.
Downrange 270 miles, altitude 82 miles, velocity 12,472 feet per second.
Slide S4B to COI capability. Okay. Mark, S4B to COI capability. Roger.
We're losing sight of the spacecraft, so we'll go to our animation
now
of it and follow the sequence.
Using the S4B if necessary.
You're sitting in your living room. Ah, thank you. You all are coming through beautifully, too.
It is the second stage of the Saturn that is still firing and will continue to fire for about another 4 minutes now.
Everyone's reporting go here in the control center.
So at 6 minutes, starting to get motors. Roger 11, your go from the ground at 6 minutes. Apollo 11, this is Houston, level sense arm at 8+17, outboard cutoff at 9+11.
When you see it in the early stages of the liftoff and realize that the
Level sense arm is the sequence that arranges the staging between the second stage and the third stage. The fuel uncovers a sensor starting that sequence.
And realize that the rocket is 363
Predicting
feet
that
high.
will be uncovered at 8 minutes 17 seconds with outboard engine cutoff, 9 minutes 11 seconds on the second stage.
Apollo 11's go at 7 minutes. 11, this is Houston. Roger, your go from the ground at 7 minutes. Level sense arm at 8+17, outboard cutoff at 9+11. Roger.
Downrange 530 miles, altitude 95 miles, velocity 17,358 feet per second.
They're within about 5 miles of as high as they want to get on the launch. But I was trying to say that the flame shooting out of the rocket is 2, perhaps 3 times as long as the rocket itself, which is 360
Apollo 11
feet.
still
So you
right
can
down the
imagine
ground
how
track, still go
long the flame
at
is.
7 minutes 41 seconds.
Roger, we confirm.
Inboard engines are out on the second stage as planned. Apollo 11 go on all sources.
Houston, your go at 8 minutes.
I've just built the mixture ratio shift.
Roger, we got PU shift down here too.
United States for it. These thunderstorms downrange is about all.
This is Houston. You are go for staging. Over.
Understand. Go for staging.
Stand by for mode 4 capability.
For mode 4.
Mark, mode 4 capability.
Mode 4 and Apollo 11 could get into orbit using the service propulsion system now. Altitude is 100 miles, downrange 883 miles. Outboard engine cutoff.
And ignition.
Again, right on time.
Ignition confirmed. Thrusters go, 11.
And now the
And
third
we have a
stage
good
is
third
propelling
stage
them.
now.
it stays with them for some time yet.
Velocity 23,128 feet per second. Downrange 1,000 miles, altitude 101 miles.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. At 10 minutes, you are go.
Roger, 11's go.
That was actual audio from the real Apollo 11 launch. Now, you'll notice the last about half of the audio didn't quite match up, and the reason for that is because Kerbin is significantly smaller than Earth. Specifically, the version that I'm using is about 1/10 the size. So, while the initial first stage was pretty close, unfortunately the rest of it was not. However, I did want to give you guys the opportunity to listen to the full audio, so you can kind of understand the process of putting a rocket into orbit. So right now we're getting ready to start our own circularization burn. We are considerably higher than I would have liked, but part of that was me trying to sync up the launch audio with what was actually happening. I got pretty close up until about the second stage ignition. A little bit after the escape tower jettison is where track started getting, or where the timing started getting really off. The main reason for that is because it takes a lot longer to get to orbit on the actual Earth than it does in Kerbal Space Program. So here we are. We are now in orbit around Earth. And third stage engine cutout. Now this stage, the third stage, much like the actual Apollo mission, was used to not only boost the lander, which is in this fairing here, and the command module into orbit, but it also transferred them to the moon, which is exactly what we're going to be doing here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my maneuver planner again. I want to home and transfer to target. We're going to create that node, and that is in... oh, it's in about 4 minutes. That's good. Now, you'll notice that my orbit actually intersects the moon, meaning it is a collision course. The actual Apollo 11 orbit made a figure 8 orbit, also called a free return trajectory. And basically what that means is that once that burn was complete, once they had completed that maneuver, they would not need to burn their engines again in order to return back to Earth safely. The reason that this was done was mainly because of safety. This was the first time that humans had gone out to the moon for an extended period of time, and if anything went wrong, then they wouldn't be able to use their engines potentially. So with that free return, they wouldn't need to. Subsequent Apollo missions, however, did not do this. They did as I am doing, and just did a straight transfer. It saves some time, saves some effort, saves some planning. You can see the moon there. Oh, there we go. There's firing our third stage. This is called the Translunar Injection, or TLI burn, for obvious reasons. It puts us on a translunar trajectory where we will in fact intercept the moon eventually. Now, this rocket, much like its real life counterpart, is very expensive. This one cost me about 534,000 funds, which is the currency for, you know, Kerbal Space Program. And as such, I have very little money left. So, while this is a fun mission, hopefully I can get lots of science so that I can build bigger and better rockets so that I can go farther out into the solar system and complete more contracts. Here we are performing that TLI burn. Pushing our apoapsis out rather quickly, actually, but when you have a thrust-to-weight ratio of 1.5, things tend to happen fairly quickly and fairly efficiently. There we go, almost done with that burn. And there we go. So now comes the fun part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to warp a little bit just so we can get the sun on the other side of the planet so we have lots of sunlight so you can see this. Oh, crossing the radiation belt. This was an actual problem with the Apollo 11 mission. No one had done that before. Okay, so there's that. We are going to go ahead and point there. That's good. Check my staging. Oh, I do not want that to come apart yet. Okay. So here we go. Let's go ahead and extract the Lunar Excursion Module, or LEM. Ooh, looks like I got some issues here. I'll go ahead and spin this up so we can fling those parts away. That's not working out too well. Okay. So we're going to warp a little bit more. There we go. Just to get those out of the way there. Now, hopefully, when I decouple this, yes. Alright, so I'm going to extend my antenna. I'm going to control this from here. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a boost forwards. Wonderful. I'm going to set that as my target, pull up my docking alignment indicator here, and perform what's known as the flip. So here we go. We are going to rotate around and flip our command module so that we are facing the correct direction. Oop. I forgot to turn those off. Now, of course, my RCS isn't exactly balanced. So as you can see, I've picked up a little bit of translation, but that's okay because I am moving roughly backwards, which is nice. Oop. I'm gonna keep moving backwards. Now this is... the actual Apollo mission potentially did not have this problem. I don't actually know if they had this particular problem with imbalanced RCS or not. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's rotate around. And start translating. Now, as you can see, there is a lot going on here, so you will have to forgive me if I am not very talkative for the next little bit. Like I said, there is a little bit of an RCS imbalance. And the key with any docking maneuver is just to take it slow. See me fighting multiple directions here. Rotate around. And I really just need to get close. Move that over there. And there we go. I am off. Nope, there we go. We have successfully docked with the lunar module. So now I'm going to do some RCS balancing. I'm basically going to transfer all of my RCS. Let's see. RCS. Here we go. Oh dear. So I'm going to transfer all of it out of the service module, and then I am going to lock both the command module and the ascent module. Alright, so what's my next stage here? Now we extract excuse me, we extract the lunar excursion module. Oh, I need to control it from my cockpit here. Oh dear. So apparently there was a little bit of clipping going on. The good news is we have successfully extracted our lunar excursion module. And let's go ahead and point to prograde. Using far more RCS than I would like, but you know, we are still good. Our lunar module does have all of all its legs. I do want to control from there. Still have plenty of RCS. Here we go. Here we go. We are good. Alright, we're good. And there we go. We have successfully extracted our lunar excursion module. As you can see, we are heading away from the Earth. Our third stage will actually crash into the moon eventually. There's the moon over there. And yeah, we are good. Now, something else I want to do is transfer all of my liquid fuel and oxidizer out of my service module. Oop, nope, do not want to balance. And the main reason I'm doing this is so that I ensure I have enough fuel in my lander here to actually land on the moon, because that is the ultimate goal of this mission. But for now, thanks for watching. I'm Taki117, and remember, it's only rocket science.